Hello and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will be making an Italian sausage and mushroom pizza with a white garlic sauce. So stick around and let's get started. The ingredients I'll be using for today's pizza is 1 pizza dough. Now this is homemade and I have a video that I previously recorded that will show you how to make your own pizza dough. But if you prefer to buy store-bought, that's fine. I'll be using some Italian sausage, and I'll probably only fry like 2 or 3 of these. I'm not going to use the whole package. Some artichoke hearts, some mozzarella cheese, and some mushrooms. And you can use brown or white, it doesn't matter. For today's pizza, I will be making a homemade white garlic sauce to go on the pizza. And the ingredients that I'll be using to make that are 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter, about 4 garlic cloves minced up, about 1/4 teaspoon of oregano. I'll be using a 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese, 1 cup of milk, and a little bit of salt and pepper to season the sauce. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my Italian sausage, and I'm going to fry with about 2 or 3 of those links and get that completely cooked through, and then I'll bring you back when we're ready for our next step. Alright, I have my Italian sausage all fried up. I ended up just using 2 of those links because I believe that's going to be plenty for a pizza today. So my next step is to fix my white garlic sauce. So let's go ahead and get started on that. Okay, to make my white garlic sauce, I'm going to put my 2 tablespoons of butter into my skillet, and I'm just going to allow that to melt down. Okay, next I'm going to add my minced garlic. And I'm not going to let this fry for very long at all, maybe 1/2 minute. Okay, next I'm going to add my 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. I'm going to season that with a little salt and pepper. And I'm going to whisk that up real good and make a roux. Next, I'm going to add my oregano, and that was only like 1/4 teaspoon of oregano. Okay, and next I'm going to add my 1 cup of milk, and I'm just going to allow this to thicken up until my desired consistency. So I'm just going to continue to whisk this up until I get the right consistency that I'm looking for. And I've had this on about medium to medium-high heat. And my sauce is starting to thicken, and I don't want to let it get too thick, so I'm going to remove it from the heat just for a moment. Okay, now I'm going to add my 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese. And I'm going to continue to whisk that in until that cheese gets melted and everything's well blended. And then it'll be done. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my heat off. Now if this does get a little bit too thick for you, because this is a little bit thicker than I usually allow mine, you can just add you a little bit of milk back to it to thin it back out. I have my white garlic sauce made, so while I'm waiting for that to cool just a little bit, I'm preheating my oven to 425 degrees. And I'm also going to drain these artichoke hearts and maybe cut them up a little bit if I think they need cut up. So I'll bring y'all back when we're ready for our next step. Okay, now we're finally ready to assemble our pizza. So the first thing I'm going to do is lightly spray my pizza pan with some cooking spray. And now I'm going to punch down my dough and put it out on the pan and pat out my pizza dough. Okay, for my next step, I'm just going to put some of the white garlic sauce over top of the pizza dough. So my next step is to put my Italian sausage on. Now I'm going to take my artichoke hearts that I've just sliced up into slices and put them on my pizza. The next topping I'm going to add is my mushrooms. And for my final topping, I'm just going to put the mozzarella cheese on. Pizza's all set and ready to go in the oven. So I'm going to place this in the oven, allow it to bake for about 10 minutes, and I'll bring y'all back when it's done. So my pizza's out of the oven and it's ready to be sliced up. I'm looking forward to cutting into this and having a nice lunch. So I thank you all for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed the video. And until next time, guys, bye.